So when Baboo started 10 years ago, we moved to Dorset and we bought a house with an old dilapidated market garden, which was so full of raspberries that Sam had to literally strim his way through to be able to pick the raspberries. And we'd arrived with 4 young kids, and I was looking for something to do, and of course all this abundant fruit, amazing dairy around here. Somehow the idea fell into place, and there was also this extraordinary course in Italy that you could go to learn how to make gelato, and so that's all came together.
I'm going to hand you this photo because it's something that we...
Oh.
Tell us about that photo.
So that is at Ford Abbey Pick Your Own Fruit Gardens, and the dear children, they're all smiling there, but my God, the moaning and groaning because they had to come and pick all those raspberries. And raspberries are not easy to pick, but they did. I mean, you know, we've got 6 Napolis there full of raspberries. I mean, that does not make a lot of ice cream. Because we do put, you know, in our raspberry sorbet, we do put 50% fruit. So, but yeah, beautiful sunny day, lovely children, and the dog on a lead because the dog's quite naughty, and so we had to keep her on a lead. But yeah, I do remember those days.
So tell me about the first time you made gelato for your children. Can you remember that? What was it like?
Well, yeah, so it was with these raspberries from our garden. I mean, I wasn't thinking of making ice cream at all at the time, but I took those raspberries. I think it was a Margaret da Costa cookbook. I found a raspberry sorbet recipe. Really simple. Raspberries, sugar, water and lemon juice, and made the most amazing sorbet. And I realised that really, if you use really good ingredients, you're going to get a really good outcome. So yeah, that's what. So of course we get our milk from Eastfield Farm in North Perrott, which is the most amazing farm. It's got a small herd where all the cows have got their own names, and they're milked by robots, so they're not stressed. They decide when they want to be milked, and the robot that milks them knows exactly how much milk they produce, so they're not over milked. It's a wonderful place, and of course the milk is amazing. So we're very lucky to be supplied by them. So we're inspired to make all these different flavours by all the ingredients that we find. Obviously locally we use fruit from local fruit farms such as Elwell Fruit Farm or North Perrott Fruit Farm. And then when we go to this amazing ice cream fair in Italy called Sigep, and there you find these small farm producers of nuts, of vanilla and so on. So you get the best that you can find on the global market. But also just recently locally we found baklava that's made by a family in Yeovil. And that inspired me to make a yogurt and baklava flavoured ice cream. So it's the ingredients that then inspire us to then make the flavours.
Wonderful. What did the first Baboo actually look like?
Oh dear, this is a really difficult question.
Well, how about looking at this, because there's some different products in there.
Oh yes, look. Oh, that was right at the beginning, and obviously it wasn't a very warm day. Everyone's wearing hats. And we even got a dog there. So we made ice cream, obviously, gelato, and we also made lollies. We didn't carry on with the lollies, sadly, although the children did love them, but they were just too difficult to display, too difficult to store. We started with the very basic flavours, vanilla, chocolate, salted caramel, and obviously then the fruit sorbets. And that's really what it looked like.
Lovely. Did you imagine then that you'd be here 10 years later?
Well, I must say, it seems really weird. If you look back to these pictures, it seems like such a long time ago, but then it's actually taken no time at all. We're here, it's 10 years, and I can't quite believe it. We have grown a hell of a lot since those days. We started with one machine in one 1,000 square foot site, and now we're in a 10,000 square foot site with a lot of machines and a much bigger team. So it's extraordinary.
Yeah, fantastic.
So.
What's the hardest thing about running Baboo for the last 10 years? What's been the hardest thing?
There are several things. One is we are incredibly weather dependent, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you can get to know all the weather apps really well, but there's nothing you can do except for try and prepare. The other thing is seasonality, which is a real issue. You build up a really good team that really know the product well, and you need to keep them occupied throughout the year. So it's trying to find other ways of selling ice cream during the winter. And then the real problem with gelato is logistics and packaging and trying to get the product out to people, because I think we've really nailed making good ice cream. It's a good product. It's just how do we get it to our customers in a good format. It's quite tough.
What's surprised you? Something that surprised you?
What has really surprised us is we thought that because we use top quality ingredients, which are not cheap, that we would only be able to sell to high-end customers. But in fact, we've got a whole range of customers, from small village pubs all the way up to expensive restaurants, and people really do appreciate quality. What's really surprised us is how powerfully emotional people feel about ice cream. I mean, we all know, we all love ice cream, we have lots of great memories, but it's the support that we've got, and people feel so strongly about it, has been amazing.
So what's something you believed at the start that's only become more true?
Well, it's about using really good quality ingredients. I realised at the beginning, making that first raspberry sorbet, that you make really good ice cream with good quality ingredients. And that has just continued. I mean, we've had lots of suppliers saying, why don't you try a shortcut, makes things cheaper, particularly in times of high costs and so on. And really, we've stuck to our guns, and it's worked for us. People believe in our product because it is such good quality, even if it does cost us more.
Absolutely. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Well, I remember right at the beginning, somebody told us not to discount our product because we use really good, high quality ingredients. We feel that all our customers should be treated equally. And if we discount, then we're starting to cut into our margins, and then of course you'd have to start cutting costs, which would mean less good quality ingredients. So we've stuck to our guns. Everybody pays the same price, and it means that we can invest in our quality ingredients.
Where was this?
Oh my goodness, that was at the Buckham Fair, which stopped for a while but is now back this year, which we're really excited we're going to. And we took with us our lovely little branded Piaggio Ape, which was a beautiful, it still exists, it's a beautiful thing, but an absolute nightmare to get anywhere. And particularly as neither Sam nor I are very good at driving trailers. But trying to get the Ape onto a trailer is hilarious because it's got a big freezer at the back, which is heavily weighted. So if you drive up a ramp to get onto the trailer, the weight of the freezer makes it tip up. And I do remember seeing Sam upside down in the Piaggio Ape. But yeah, that was at the Buckham Fair. And our 3 children, well, we've got 4, but unfortunately the eldest wasn't there, but our 3 children working, which is a really lovely experience, having the family together doing that.
And what about this? It seems like a few more of your children in there.
Yeah, those are our children eating ice cream. They had obviously just been for a swim in the sea. I am rubbish at swimming in the sea because it's too cold for me, but they are incredibly intrepid. And it was always, we'd always come and have an ice cream afterwards. So yeah, it's a lovely scene in the sunshine.
Lovely. Look, who's that?
Yeah, it's a picture of me. That was in the market garden of our house. And those are rhubarb that Sam grew. They're splendid.
They are
Rhubarb, look amazing. Yeah, so at the beginning, sadly not anymore, but at the beginning a lot of our ingredients came from our market garden. Yeah, and we now get our rhubarb from the Yorkshire Rhubarb Triangle. We get it from a farm up there. We send a whole pallet down, and most amazing, delicate pink rhubarb stems, so that we can make our rhubarb sorbet, and the rhubarb and custard, which was probably our most successful Annie special so far this year.
Absolutely. So, who are the people who made Baboo what it is today?
Well, obviously it's the team of Baboo. We've got the most amazing team. Some of them have been with us. We've got Emily, our head of production, who's been with us for 10 years this month, so that's amazing. But other people like Sasha and Tanya and Matt and Vanessa in sales and Nick, they're all, they've been with us for a long time, and they're a fantastic team. The production team, who really care about producing a really good product, the sales team, who are incredibly friendly and have forged great relationships with our customers, and then the financial and warehouse support team, and the drivers, because obviously they are a touch point, and they've been brilliant and friendly to the customers and the people, they're ambassadors. And then of course all our staff at the kiosks, and of course you can't forget you, Joanna, because you've been with us right at the start. You developed the whole branding, and Arlo, who's a fantastic social media manager. So yeah, I mean, Baboo wouldn't be Baboo without all of you.
Oh, that's lovely.
The whole team really want Baboo to succeed. And I mean, for instance, we had this pub, The Surprise in London, that on a Friday suddenly needed an emergency restock. And one of our drivers literally drove all the way up to London to get the stock to them, and that was just an amazing thing to do. Then we've also got our staff in the kiosks. A lot of them have come back year after year, every summer, students, people who started at 16, coming back every year to work the summers. And that's wonderful. It's almost a real family.
That's lovely. So tell me about the customers who've been with you since the early days. What do you want to say to them?
So we've had some amazing customers, and who we still have since the beginning. People like Washingpool Farm Shop and Felicity's, the Helier Arms, and Ford Abbey. They've been amazing. They've supported us from the beginning, and if we hadn't had that support, we wouldn't have been where we are now. Ford Abbey, we have great relationships with a lot of these people. So for instance, Ford Abbey, we buy their fruit, so it's a nice reciprocal relationship where we buy their fruit, they buy our ice cream, and it just means that we sort of feel part of the local community because we are in this sort of relationship with everybody. So it's thank you to them all for supporting us.
Yeah.
We've been really lucky to get the endorsement of some chefs right from the beginning. So we had River Cottage and Rockfish and the Pig on the beach, and Rise, a lot of people who've punted on us, and we still supply, so that's fantastic.
If you could only say one thing to the people who got you here, what would it be?
Well, obviously, thank you. So obviously I want to thank everybody who's helped us get here, from our team to our customers to... That's it, really.
What about the children? Or not? No.
Yes.
Taste
to my
testers,
family.
To my family.
My children, my mother. I wouldn't be here without her.
Exactly. Have a look at that one.
Oh wow, that's right at the beginning. Excuse the glasses. So that was in our first production facility in Pineapple Business Park. Brilliant business park, great landlords. We were roasting rhubarb to make our rhubarb sorbet, and squeezing lots of blood oranges to make our blood orange sorbet. Those were the very early days. You can see we just had one machine, one blast freezer. And I remember we were producing so little ice cream at the time, and I remember getting a phone call from one of our customers ordering 40 boxes, and I just couldn't see how we were ever possibly going to do that. And now, we produce pallet loads. So it is quite extraordinary how far we've come in 10 years. And we have not dropped our quality.
Exactly. Brilliant. Who's this?
Oh, that is our dog Dasha. We have 2 dogs, but that's when she was really quite young. And she is tasting the first version of our Doggy Doggy Yum Yum, which at the time we really only sold in our kiosks and outlets. She did really love it, but then again, she loves everything. But we thought that was a good plan, was to do this Doggy Doggy Yum Yum, particularly as we had a lot of customers coming to our kiosks and ordering normal ice cream for their dogs, and that's really not very good for them because it's got lactose in it and it's got lots of sugar in it, and our Doggy Doggy is made with coconut milk and only a little bit of agave syrup to keep it soft, not to make it sweet. But anyway, yeah, so Dasha was our first taster.
And you've made many dogs happy since. How did you first start selling gelato to the public?
So we started by opening a kiosk here in West Bay. So that was in 2016. And then we opened the next one in Lyme Regis. And after that, we had a little trailer at Felicity's Farm Shop. Then the next one was at Weymouth Beach, on Weymouth Beach. And then Swanage, we have a cafe. And then we opened the sort of gelato bar in Lyme Regis. So we've got 6 outlets now. And it's really fantastic being able to serve to the general public because they are your taste testers, and you know which flavours work and which don't. And it's really lovely talking to them and understanding what they want. So yeah, that's
And can you remember this day?
That's a brilliant picture. So that was when we were opening our first kiosk in Lyme Regis, and it was a training day. Everyone was being taught how to make coffee by Giles Reed from Reed's Coffee in Sherburn. And the whole team is there learning from him how to make the perfect cappuccino, latte, flat white, etc. And they seem to be concentrating hard. So happy birthday, Baboo, and big thank you to everybody who's helped us get here. And here's to another 10 years.